Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. We are your commentators here, Robert Ionescu, and I am joined by Dennis Graf. Hello, Dennis.
Hello.
And we've arrived today to bring to you qualifying for the 2019 GP4 OC Australian Grand Prix. The first race of the season, and this should be a very entertaining one to say the least.
Yep.
What would you
It will be very exciting.
Yep, indeed. If you saw practice yesterday, then you already know what happened, but if you didn't see, then I'll remind you that it was Joseph Willows in the Ferrari who was fastest in the mixed conditions, since it rained later on in the session. Either way, practice doesn't matter anymore, it's quali day, and this will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So without further...
Rain.
Yeah, it's time to move on to the weather. And as you can see, it is going to be a wet session, and this should be very, very entertaining as it can provide the mixed up grid. And you might end up with some surprise Q1 or Q2, say the least. And yeah, we've got all that squared away, so all that remains really is to get going with Q1. The first segment of qualifying, 22 cars out on track, and the slowest 6 will be eliminated. You know how it works. As we're just getting ready to begin. Of course, this qualifying will be the first for many drivers, not just new drivers altogether, but also first for drivers who are changing teams, such as Or Chang or Franco Gamba. Obviously, it's too early to predict pole, but I have to wait until Q3 for that. What do you think, Dennis? How's this session going to go?
I think, as you said, it's too early to say, because the rain will mix up things, I think.
Yeah. And we're looking at Rosetta Martinez will be going out with just 4 laps of fuel, the manor. A rookie this season, the DTM champion. He'll be the first one out on track, and here he goes. On the full wet tires. Felix Zontak is next to go out. Meanwhile, a little bit slow on exit, but to be expected of Australia. We've got Titkov as well as Joseph Wills, the man who was fastest in practice in the Ferrari. Judd Fowlsbury is also on track, as is Hiroshima De Rosa and Chris Chatfield in the second Haas. Franco Lopez has just gone out, the man who dominated the testing, being fastest in 3 out of 4 days. Roy Chang is heading out right now as well, as Martinez has just completed the first sector of his outlap. What do you think of this circuit, Dennis, in general?
Yeah, the circuit is, for a street circuit, it's very fast. Very fast corners. It's very challenging.
Indeed it is. And you have to go really close to the barrier sometimes to maximize your lap time. And I think some drivers will be doing that in this session, especially in the wet, where you need to find all the grip you can find. As we proceed to Sector 3, Martinez has just 3 more corners before he can start his flying lap. Out of the left-hander, he's going to go now. And just one more right-hand corner, the Rosetta Martinez can start his flying lap. And here he goes, the Manor Mercedes, powering on across the line. Full throttle, but you have to be careful on that braking zone into turn 1. The exit will be critical. Here he goes, Martinez begins his lap. Braking into 1, a little bit tentative on the brakes, I have to say. And very careful on the apex. He hit the curb a little bit on the outside as well, I believe. Now Martinez will be heading in towards turn 3, another important braking zone. Very crucial to get it right. He missed the apex a little bit. I don't think he lost too much time there, Martinez. Now through the left, and now for another right, which should be flat out in dry conditions, but in the wet conditions, no way. Martinez to round out the first sector of 32.8. Another slow chicane here, which turns into a fast right-hander. Should be flat out even in these conditions, and now braking hard onto the right. Don't take too much curb on exit. Martinez took a lot of curb though, but the exit is very, very critical as it launches you onto this straight, the leg side drive. Here goes Martinez to the next, to probably the most important corner of the circuit, the flat out chicane. Through the left, and now through the right. 59.1 in the second sector for Zeta Martinez. Now he'll be going on to another straight, the flat out right-hander. And that makes the hard braking zone for turn 13. There goes Martinez. Through the right once again of 14. Or is this 14? I'm not exactly sure, but either way. Into this slow hairpin. Only one corner to go, the last corner, turn 16 I believe for Zeta Martinez. And looking at the sector times, no huge surprises I'd have to say, but Federi's looking a little slow, it would appear. Anyway, Zeta Martinez will be crossing the line now to round off his first qualifying lap with a 1:37.959. Gabriel Gomez is next to cross the line and we expect he'll be able to beat him. Let's see. Yes, he beats him by 0.6 of a second. Zonta goes into third place. Yeah, Joseph Willows is next. Can he go provisionally fastest? Yes, he can by half a second from Gomez. Yeah, what about Jared Fosbury in the Haas? Doesn't go fastest, of course, but he's gone third. De Rosa goes quickest of all. Very impressive stuff in 1:36.3. Chris Chatfield, he's gone into 5th place. Not a bad effort, just half a tenth behind his teammate Fosbury. And Federi up next to cross the line. This is a terrible lap. Slowest, he was holding up Franco Lopez actually, as Armarcas gone quickest by 0.2. Gamba goes third. Yeah. I'm next to Jay McKenzie, and this is not the greatest of laps. It puts him in 8th place. Laura Chan goes fastest, 1:35.8. Yeah, George Roque 11th. Because guys up next, and this looks like a solid lap. It is, he's gone second quickest. Up next, David Kupok. 7 for him, and Matteo Catalan goes 5th. This is a good showing from the Italian. Now, Evan Byrne. Doesn't look like the best of laps, he goes 12th fastest though, so he should be safe for now. Link Campana up next to cross the line, and the Williams 16th. 3 tenths in front of Sontag. So Tomas's gone 10th. Last car is Ronan Motian left to do a lap. He's gone 13th. So currently in the drop zone we have, in backwards order, Andrea Federi, Maxim Titkov, Franco Lopez, shockingly, Felix Zontag, Campana, and George Roque.
But especially from Lopez, we're expecting improvement because he was held up on the first run, so it's not really representative.
Yeah. Well, Australia is a pretty short circuit, so you have to be careful with how you manage your positioning on the outlet because you don't want to hit any traffic, especially so in the wet, where the car is going even slower.
As Martinez enters the pits.
Yeah, he does. And that's his first run done. He's currently safe up in 16th, outpacing his teammate Titkov by 1.5 seconds almost. So that's an incredible effort for Martinez so far, but we still got a way to go. We got 12 minutes and 17 seconds left, and Martinez, he is for now in the safe zone, but he'll have to be careful because I'm sure Lopez will improve certainly. Andrea Federi will probably will improve as well, and I think even the Williams drivers could fight sometime. And don't forget George Roque, of course, as well.
Roque should improve this time.
Yeah, so when it comes to the second half of the pack, I don't think anyone is truly safe just yet. Because, you know, there's plenty of time that can be found in these conditions.
Yeah, everyone isn't safe, because we don't know if the conditions are improving in the next few minutes or something.
Yeah, indeed so, Dennis. Titkov has been wheeled into his garage. He outpaced his teammate Martinez on every day of preseason testing. It appears the Filipino has returned the favor and is now faster than Maxim Titkov. As we got everyone in the pits now, so the first run is complete. I suspect there'll be time for 2 more runs, but some might come up short a little bit. As we got the Williams coming in, I believe that is in Campana, judged by the T-Cam. And we got an Alfa Romeo coming out as Gabriel Gomez, currently 9th fastest, 2.5 seconds quicker than his teammate Federi, who had the very, very bad lap, but Gabriel Gomez goes out. And of course, the reason Federi had such a bad lap was because he was impeding Franco Lopez, and Lopez, I would imagine he tried to overtake Federi somewhere across the lap, and that's what compromised it for both of them. At least that's my opinion. If we're right or not, it doesn't really matter, because these guys still have time to do some more laps. Felix Zontak's just going out. And what do you think, Dennis? Who will be eliminated from Q1?
If the track is improving, then everything can happen. But if the conditions stay like this, I think the 2 Manners and the 2 Williams, and also, I don't know, 2 Surprise.
I'll take your word for it, and we'll just see how it develops. Gabriel Gomez currently has the track almost all to himself, as Zontak just started the second sector a couple of seconds ago. Martinez is now there at the end of Sector 1. Got plenty of cars on track, including the usual suspects in the fight for pole, the 2 Mercedes, the 2 Red Bulls, the 2 Ferraris. So this should be very interesting. Okay, Miklos Gal is not out on track just yet, so not both Red Bulls. Only one of them, that being Franco Gamba. I don't think Gal has to worry. Unless the track drastically improves, then the Hungarian will be safe.
I think the track doesn't improve.
Well, Gabriel Gomez will be our little guinea pig to see if the track conditions are improving or not. He started his lap, and I don't think he's catching any traffic just yet.
There was a Toro also.
Yeah, but he's not too far ahead, and there's a Renault who just came out behind him. Miklos Gal is the only one who stayed in the pits. Like I just mentioned earlier, he doesn't need to go out again, and his team decided not to send him out, so some good reasoning from Red Bull. But if he ends up being eliminated by improving conditions, then I'm sure they would regret that. But anyway, either way, he will go out again, I'm sure. Gabriel Gomez crossing the first sector split. He's lost time, half a second down. Might be a little bit due to the dirty air from the Toro Rosso, but either way, first sector wasn't good. For the right, doesn't take too much curb on exit, so it's a good exit from Gabriel Gomez. Let's see if he can gain in the second sector. Here he comes. No, he's lost another 10th of a second there. So Gomez as it stands will not be improving, he'll be remaining 9th, presuming no one behind him improves to surpass him. By the way, I don't think Gomez is facing the threat of elimination, unlike his teammate Federi, at least at the moment. Would you agree with me, Dennis?
Yep, I'm agreeing with you.
Alright, here we go to turn either 14 or 15. I'm not exactly 100% of the corner numbers. Either way, he goes into the next corner, which is the last one. Gabriel Gomez will complete his lap, round it off, and I don't think he will improve. He does not. By 9/10 of a second, so he lost even more time in Sector 3, as Evan Byrne will be starting the lap. And Felix Zontak is on an improvement. Obviously, you are the Williams test driver, so you know quite a lot about how the team operates. What do you think? Can Zontak get an improvement now?
I think he will.
Let's see, he's crossing the line. This looks like a good lap. It is. He's gone up into 14 fastest. Yes, he's found himself safety, but for how much longer? Because Joseta Martinez is improving as well. The man who's just gotten knocked down in the top 6. He goes 8th quickest. Incredible lap. The track might be improving after all. Willows goes fastest by 4/10 of a second. Up next is Franco Gamba, and the track is clearly getting better. Gamba improved. Armar goes quickest of all by 4/10. Franco Lopez gets himself to safety, 3/10 behind. And Federi should be getting himself into a safe position as well, which he does by going 5th. Fosbury is holding up one of the Ferraris. Will both of them be able to improve? That's Lord Chunk passing him right now. Fosbury doesn't, and Chunk doesn't either. Mackenzie goes 6th quickest. Yeah. Hiroshima Dirosa is up next. And I tend to notice these guys are gaining time, I should say, in Sector 3. At least, not all of them, but some of them. Catalan doesn't improve. Maxim Tenko, though, looks to be on a good lap. Can he get himself out of the top? Can he get himself into the top 16? No, he cannot. He only goes 20th fastest. That leaves Lin Campana at the bottom. He'll be running off his lap as soon enough, though. Chatfield, he goes 13th. Roland Motkin, he goes 11th fastest. Now Lin Campana, I was just speaking of him. He appears to be in the red, so he might not improve on this lap. Which he doesn't. Stays in last place. George Rowe, can he get himself to safety? And this lap puts him 12th place. So he should be okay for now at least. David Kupok up next. The Macaroon in 14th. Goes up to 12th. Beats Rogue, at least for now. Evan Byrne next to cross the line. He's currently in the drop zone and not improving, but I think he will have another lap. Byrne doesn't improve. Missed out by under 3/10. And that was quite a turnaround. Armaka is now the quickest of all. And the Mercedes might have resumed normal service. What would you say?
Yep. Now it's a Mercedes 1-2, but it's the Q1, so...
Yeah. As Gomez has just been wheeled back into his garage, there'll be enough time for one more flying lap for everyone.
I like the helmet of Phoenix, it looks nice.
Yeah, it does. Byrne is losing time even in the first sector, but he'll be coming in either way. And this is a very neat helmet for a Zontag, I must agree with you.
But at the moment it won't bring anything, he's in 19.
Yeah, that is true. But at least as a consolation prize, if you could say so, he is outpacing his teammate Campana by just under a second.
Yeah, also surprising, Evan Byrne in 20th at the moment. Also,
the conditions are tricky.
He's bottom 6 and 70.
Yeah, the new McLaren driver is in the drop zone as well, but he still has time to get out of it, so will he be able to? It'll remain to be seen. We got Byrne coming in after improving in Sector 2, so the Renault driver clearly showing there is time to find on these tires. But how much time will he be able to find? And if I'm not wrong, I expect the first car to go out this run will be Miklos Gal, since he stayed in the pits on the previous one. But we'll just have to wait and see. As Titkov, Martinez's teammate, is being wheeled back into his garage. Currently down in 21st, 7/10 behind Martinez. He still has one more chance of a crack at it and get himself to safety.
Yeah.
We got an Alfa Romeo going out actually. It's Gabriel Gomez again. So Gal wasn't first. Gomez just on the limit of safety actually, having not improved. And with Federi now all the way up in 5th, Gomez might need to improve right now on his next flying lap if he doesn't want to get eliminated. Remember, the top 16 goes through. Gabriel Gomez is just on the cusp of it. But if anyone behind him improves, which is always a possibility, he could find himself well and truly in the drop zone. Wasn't able to improve on his second lap, but I think the track conditions have gotten better now. They should be able to find some time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the track conditions are better, as you said. It will be very painful for the car who is taking the pits in this run.
Yeah.
Because I think
Lopez has gone out. That says Miklos Gal. You should be safe either way, though, Hungarian, unless there's a massive improvement in these last 3 minutes. 3.5 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
You can see the cars aren't kicking out so much spray anymore.
Yeah, that's
Not even on the rear. There is still some, of course, so it's not dry or anything like that. Don't get the wrong idea. But Gabriel Gomez might have a shot to improve, and he'll definitely need to take that shot if he wants to progress to Q2.
yeah.
We got 4 cars left in the pits, those being Catalan, Motion, Cupok, and Rogue, so the Toro Rossos and Racing Point cars, as Rogue has just gone out. Yeah, Motion right behind.
And Cupok is staying in the pits.
This could be a gamble. Will David Cupok remain safe, or will he get eliminated by a number of improving cars? We'll have to wait and see, as Gabriel Gomez is starting his last flying lap of the session. Will it be his last flying lap of the day? It remains to be seen. Either way, here he goes. Braking hard into one, make sure you don't aquaplane. Flips the apex nicely. Get some good. Oh, he slowed down there on the exit. He didn't want to take too much curb and was a little bit overly cautious, I'd say. Would you agree?
Yep. These conditions have to be a bit cautious, otherwise, if you push too hard, you could be in the wall or on the grass.
Agreed, but nonetheless, I think he might have been a little bit too cautious. We'll just have to see if that translates into him losing any time the first sector, which he's about to complete right about now. Yeah, Gomez has lost plenty of time, almost a second. 8 tenths to be precise. And this is not good news for Gabriel Gomez. He's gonna need to find a heap of time. As David Cupok has just gone out, so he's not risking it. He wants to go out on track and improve. Oh no, he's in the pits, what? My eyes were playing tricks with me for a second. I thought it said he wasn't in the pits, but he is. So don't mind me, I'm just being stupid. Gomez lost even more time. He's lost the further 4 tenths in sector 2.
You definitely won't improve, I say.
And this puts him under massive risk of elimination.
Yeah, it would be a disappointment for him.
Agreed. After a very strong showing in preseason testing, he won't like it too much if he gets eliminated in the first Q1 of the season. Just 2 more corners to go for Gabriel Gomez. Through the right one last time. He will not improve on this lap, but will it still be enough, his best, to keep him safe and into Q2? We'll have to wait and see, as we got just under a minute on the clock. Gabriel Gomez to cross the line, misses out on improvement by quite some margin. And Federi's teammate up next, the second Alfa Romeo. He's currently outpacing his teammate, 5th fastest in Q1. He will go through for sure, but can he improve this time around? No, he cannot. Look at that. The track might have gotten worse a little bit. Lopez is not improving either, and he does not.
Also,
Felix Zonta, this is his last chance at safety. Can he progress to Q2? No, he cannot. Look how much time he lost on his lap.
Zonta is out.
Yeah, that's the first confirmed elimination. Jay McKenzie doesn't improve either. The track might have gone worse after all.
Yep.
Nicolas Gall, look at that, he loses about a second. Hiroshima De Rosa, he is safe. No. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, because there's always that distinct possibility. De Rosa lost almost 3 seconds, he was battling with Laura Chung. Willows doesn't improve either. I don't expect Armarca to improve. But he will go from this Q1 session as the fastest driver for sure. Rosetta Martinez. He is currently safe in 14th, and he stays there. Franco Gamba, he doesn't improve either. Evan Byrne stays where he... No, he improves. Goes up to 19th, but he is still eliminated.
But he's out.
Yeah. Tomaselli has improved into 16th. He surpassed Gomez's lap time, which means Tomaselli is safe. Yeah. Gabriel Gomez is out, what a shock!
Yeah.
Evan Byrne being out is also a huge shock as well. Lee Capana, his last chance to find an improvement, and he doesn't. You can tell already by the depth panel.
Yeah,
140.4, and he doesn't improve. Roland Motian, he doesn't improve either. Matteo Catalan, I think he might be the last one to do a lap.
But I think he won't improve either.
No, he doesn't. Some shocking improvements there at the very end. which means that Gabriel Gomez has been eliminated alongside Jared Fosbury, Evan Byrne, Felix Zontag, Maxim Titkov, and Lin Campana. 2 Williamses, 1 Manor, 1 Renault, 1 Haas, and 1 Alfa Romeo in the drop zone. I sure didn't expect that.
Yeah. But it was a great session from Rosetta Martinez. First appearance in top class and then exit Q2. It's a great job from him.
Yeah, very much so, but I think the star of the session has to be Andrea Federi. Look at that, 5th fastest in the Alfa Romeo, while his teammate got eliminated.
Yeah. That was...
And there's the official confirmation. Tomaselli saving himself by the skin of his teeth by just about 4/100ths of a second, sending Gabriel Gomez, Jared Fosbury, Evan Byrne, Felix Zontag, Maxim Titkov, and Lin Campana to the drop zone. Stay tuned, guys, because very shortly Q2 is coming up. Right, sorry about the awkward silence, guys. I was just eating a little bit of bread to pass the time, you know. And I didn't wanna...
Yeah.
I didn't want you to hear me, you know... What was the word again? Oh, yeah, I didn't want you to hear me taking bites out of it, you know. Either way, this was a very surprising Q1 with some shock eliminations. Who would you say was the most surprising? There, you're there.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I asked you a question now. Out of the eliminations this session, which one was the most surprising?
I have to say, definitely Gabriel Gomez and Evan Byrne.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. As we're just waiting for Yuri to sort everything out, which is when Q2 will begin. And just as a reminder to you guys, Yuri did post it in the chat, the rain chance for Q2 is only 25%, while for Q3 it is 65%. So there is a chance of a dry Q2, but if it turns out that way or not, it'll remain to be seen. What do you think, Dennis? Will the weather shift enough?
Definitely will be better conditions than before in Q1, but I don't think it will be dry at the beginning.
I think it will be prime hunting grounds for the intermediate tires. At least that's my opinion.
Track dries very quickly in GP4, so
Yeah, that is true.
we cannot carry over the weathers.
We're just waiting, so bear with us, guys. It won't take too long. Sorry, I need to mute myself.
Now we have completely dry condition, which is I didn't expect it, to be honest.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Rob's
we do have dry conditions entirely.
okay. Yeah, the tracks dry out in GP4 very unrealistically quickly because of the we cannot carry the weathers for the sessions.
Yeah,
But still,
yeah, that is true.
the rain chance for Q3 is still 65%, so you should
That
probably
much is
expect
true.
the rain to be back.
Yeah, indeed so, the rain could return. But without further ado, it's time for Q2 to begin.
And here we go.
Okay, the session has started, 15 minutes on the clock. GP4 can't have any less than that, which is why, you know, Q3 will not have 12 minutes, but rather 15.
No, Raikkonen is not the commentator.
No. Okay. We're still waiting to see who will be first to go out on track. 16 drivers left, and as you know, only 10 will go through to the shootout. Who do you think will get eliminated this time around? As we got Joseph Willows going out on the hard tires. Everyone's on the hards, of course, but Willows is the first one to go out.
Wait, what was the question again?
Who do you think will get eliminated?
So, I think Martinez will be eliminated, same as the Victor also with the racing points, I think. And also, I think
And
Jenny
one more?
Kenzie.
Perhaps. It'll just remain to be seen. Either way, we got some cars out on track already, about 6, now 7.
Okay, what is your prediction for this?
I don't think, Martinez was very impressive in Q1, but I don't think, especially in the dry, I don't think he can make it to Q3.
Yeah.
Right. Alright. We're waiting for Willows to start his lap. He's just about going to enter sector 3 in a couple of seconds. We got 13 cars out, so we're waiting. Okay, now 14, so we're waiting for 2 more. 15. There's only 1 car left, everyone's on track now. Yeah. Two turns to go, and Joseph Willows will start the first dry lap of the session. Of the qualifying session as a whole, of course. There he goes. Full throttle, this ride is very, very powerful. Very fast in a straight line. And Willows braking hard into one he goes. Solid exit. Braking into 3, clipping the apex nicely, and not going too wide on exit. That corner can ruin you if you go too wide. Now into turn 5, which he took flat, pretty much.
It's a 28.0 in the first sector.
Yeah, indeed. Fedder is already a tenth slower, but Lopez has gone 3 tenths up. You can see on the table on the left.
Oh.
Gal is also up on Willows, and as is Franco Gamba.
It's a great second time.
Rogue is doing better than Willows as well so far.
We have 50.8 of the second sector.
Where will Willows place himself? Federi is slower than him, but Miklos Gal and Franco Lopez have gone quicker so far. Now Gamba Looks like Gamba will be second fastest as it stands. 2 corners left for Willows.
So back.
Yeah, alright. Joseph Willows will round off his lap. It's a 1:23.3 for Joseph Willows. Up next is Andrea
Very
Federi.
fast.
And how far behind Willows will he be? Not too far behind, only 2/10. Very impressive from
Yeah,
Federi.
very impressive.
Lopez has gone quickest as we expect by 6/10 of a second. Gal goes second
goes second.
fastest. Well, Franco Gamba, he looked better than Gal in the other sectors. Yes, he goes second, but just 400 of a second. George Roque up next.
Whoa. Whoa.
Goes fourth, beats
Ahead of
Willows by
Willows.
just 5,000th of a second.
Now Chris Chatfield. Goes 7.
He's the slowest so far.
Catalan. No, goes 7. No, Jay McKenzie. goes 7.
Goes 7th. Will Cupo goes 7th as well? No, he
Yeah, he
goes
goes
9th. Slower than his teammate. Now Hiroshima Di Rosa, the only McLaren, no, not the only McLaren left, I'm sorry.
No. Thomas
He is
Henry
finishing his lap. Yeah, 4 for Di
Fourth.
Rosa, very impressive.
Great lap from him. Now Tomaselli. 9.
Only 9 for him, half a second down on his teammate. Zeta Martinez goes 12th,
Ahead of Chatfield.
faster than Chatfield. A surprise there. Amar Kai goes 3rd fastest, behind the two Francos. We're waiting for Laura Chung, and I think she might be in the top 4, looking at her sector times. Yes, 4th exactly.
Now Roland Mottier
Roland Motin is up next, the only car left.
goes.
He goes into 15. So at the moment, the ones who are eliminated, who are going to be eliminated, are Tomaselli, Catalan, Cupok, Martinez, Motion, and Chatfield. But plenty can change yet, of course. Joseph Willows, it wasn't the best lap for the two-time champion, but he's still safe, so he doesn't have too much to worry about, at least for the moment. And then he
Once
comes.
again, it's once again a great lap for Martinez.
Yeah,
Didn't
indeed it
expect him
is.
to be ahead of Mottier and Chatfield.
No, that was quite a surprise. Federi currently in 9th place. He will progress to a shootout as it stands. This is a very good performance for the Italian on his debut, nonetheless. But will he stay there or not? We've got just over 9.5 minutes left until we find out for sure.
Yep. But for this time, I think we will see another 2 runs.
Might be a little close on the last run, but you could be right. It just depends when people go out.
Yep. I think some will have 3 at the end, and a few of them will have 2. Because they miss a checkered flag, I think.
Yeah, I think some people will definitely miss out on that last lap. But if it will be anyone in the drop zone, I don't know yet because I can't tell you. I can't see the future, you know.
It would be nice.
Anyway, it's been an interesting Q2 so far. There's still plenty that can change. Lopez quickest. Once again, Mercedes are fastest, but Franco Gamba is very close behind. He's had a sensational lap. Looks like Red Bull. He's best here down under. And Joseph Willows has come out on track determined to change that. He is currently safe in P8, but I bet he'd rather want to improve some more. Get himself some extra leverage, I guess. A little bit of an extra cushion to guarantee his safety. At least that's my opinion. Either way, Willows is on track, the first car to do so.
By the way,
And we'll have to just wait and see. Yes, go on.
By the way, one thing we forgot to mention, but I think it was known by I think more people than some didn't know, because from the race, fastest lap you bring one extra point, but only the guy who gets the fastest lap will finish in the top 10. I forgot
Yep, that's
to
right.
mention that yesterday.
Well, we mentioned it now, and Joseph Willows, he'll be ready to start his second flying lap. We haven't got so many cars out on track this time around. We still got about 5 or 6. Now just 4 still in the pits. But crucially, 3 of the drivers in the drop zone are still in the pits, so this could be an interesting ploy. Anyway, Willows starts his lap, second flying lap of the day. Oh, he's being held. He had to slow down a little bit for the McLaren who was exiting the pits, so this could harm Willows' first sector.
Let's hope it didn't.
Yeah, let's hope so, Dennis. Now Willows, out of turn 5, took a lot of carbon exit there. He's 9 tenths out, so he really lost a heap of time.
Off.
Yeah, but Willows will have time to do a first flying lap, I'm certain. So he's not gonna have to worry about too much, even if he can't improve this time around.
Oh, he had to go a bit to the outside of the corner.
Yeah, that was a massive slowdown. A little bit glitchy, but what can you do?
Yeah.
It's just AI being AI sometimes. Anyway, Willows will round up the second sector. Could he gain some time though back yet? He's actually gained just about 200 of a second, but it's not gonna matter. He's not gonna find 9 tenths on the last sector. Has we got everyone on track again? And the McLaren, I think, is Parino Tomaselli behind, if I'm not wrong. And he will start his lap as soon as Willows finishes his. I don't think he will be impeded too much. Anyway, Joseph Willows will come across the line to finish his lap. And he fails to improve. He lost time in sector 3 as far. Nicholas Gall currently on the lap, but he's being held up by Rosetta Martinez. He's gonna finish his lap, but he's already not failed to improve. He's failed to improve, and yeah, Gall doesn't improve, stays in 5th faster. Catalan is slowing down the session leader, Franco Lopez. The Italian is in the drop zone currently, and I don't suspect he'll be able to improve on this one. No, he does not, by 4 tenths of a second. Kupok could improve yet, though. Going across the line, 6th fastest for David Kupok. That's very impressive. De Rosa didn't improve. What about Jay McKenzie? He's been dropped down to 11th. Can he get back into the top 10? No, not yet. Anyway, Andrea Federi stays where he is, which is in 10th. Franco Gamba could improve though, and could find himself going fastest of all. Let's see, he's gonna cross the line just a little bit. Here goes Gamba. No, he's still second. He's caught back 2.5 100 of a second. 10 for Chatfield. Sends Federi out of qualifying so far. Chango's first quickest. Yeah, Amarca is about to finish the lap. Meanwhile, can he get himself back onto the top 3? The Brit will be crossing the line in about 2 seconds time. Here he goes. Yes, he goes quickest of all. Mercedes 1-2. And guys, once again, quickest so far. Motive goes 10th. Yeah, sends Chatfield out. Willows has already come into the pits. Now Parino Tomaselli. Currently in 14th. He improves, go up into 13th. Rosetta Martinez should be the last one out to do a lap in this run. Can he improve? The man currently in 16th place. No, he cannot. Second down. I'm not sure if Martinez will have enough time for another lap, but it could mean he's out of qualifying. And for the others, I think everyone else does have enough time. What do you think, Dennis?
I think it could be also close to Tomaselli, but yeah, let's see how it develops.
Yeah, very well said.
Cheers.
Right, I'm just looking at the chat for a little bit. I see Felix updated his profile pic to have the purple helmet. Very cool. And yeah. Catalan currently down in 15th. 6 tenths behind his teammate David Kjopok, so you won't be too happy with that. But he still has one last chance to improve Catalan on his debut. Got promoted straight up from Formula E, of course.
Yeah, that was the shock move of the season, I would say.
Yeah, very much so.
If we
Everyone thought Michael Mocho, or even myself, would get that second Toro Rosso seat along David Kjopok. But in the end, it was decided that Matteo Catalan would get it.
it's what it is.
Yeah, indeed so. Either way, Roke is being wheeled back into the garage. Currently in 8th place, 2 places in front of his teammate, and actually just 2 100s in front of his teammate Aaron Motjen. But its position on the table on the leaderboard that's crucial when it comes to knockout qualifying. And Roke is ahead. Meanwhile, Willows finds himself in a Racing Point sandwich, funnily enough.
Yeah,
Racing Point were looking very bad in testing. They were last on day 4, Terranon. Racing Point appeared to have found their pace back as Miklos goes out.
yeah, to be honest, I didn't expect them to be in the top 10 currently, but I guess strong.
Racing Point are doing a very solid job. Anyway,
Yeah,
2.5 minutes left. Gal is so far the only one on track. I'm sure people will go out very quickly. Just 1 minute until the critical point, where you won't have enough time. One of the McLarens has gone out, as has Joseph Willows. Mackenzie's going out as well up next, the 2-time champion. Got Mercedes going out too. Miklos Gal will be the first to finish his Q2. And I think there's no way Gal can get knocked out. His lap is very, very solid, and I severely doubt anyone outside the top 10 will be able to get, to get faster than Gal.
Yeah, they need a monster.
Not just one. You need pretty much everyone behind him to improve and knock him out, pretty much.
Yeah.
So Miklos Gal can count himself safe. Now just got 10 seconds until the critical point. If you go out now, you might still have a chance, but if you go out any later, you will be too late. It appears to be too late for Brian Tomaselli, Rosetta Martinez, Amarca, and Franco Gamba. Lorenz's gone out just in the nick of time. And Tomaselli is out of qualifying, as is Martinez. That's the confirmation we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Amarca doesn't go out again, but Miklos Gal has started a lap.
There's
He's got a I think that's a Ferrari in front of him. I could be wrong. Or is it Franco Gamba? It is Franco Gamba, actually.
Definitely a Ferrari.
Hey, I saw the red on the rear wing and I thought, because I can see the rest of the car so well from that distance, but you can see it just fine now, so don't worry.
Yeah, last week with the Williams, now with the Ferrari. It's
Hey, they do have a red, do have red on the side of the rear wing, you know, an engine cover.
Yeah.
And that's what threw me off. I know.
Well, it is Red Bull, so red as in Ferrari.
Anyway, Miklos Gal, he failed to improve in the first sector. Could he gain any time back in S2? Across the sector split and into the fast chicane. No, it's pretty much the same pace as on his previous best. But he could find a little bit in sector 3. Doesn't have to, of course, he's safely through no matter what happens. It'll just remain to be seen as we got 14 seconds left in this session. And some people are starting laps right now. There's some people, aside from Gal and Gamba, are about to cross the line very soon. Will they have enough time? Rory Chung, we got 5 seconds left. Can she cross down in time? I think she will.
yeah, she
3, 2, 1, And Chung is in time. She has made it. Gamba has not, but he is safe either way. Nicholas Galt round off his session. His Q2. He doesn't improve, but it doesn't matter anyway. He is safe. Martinez and Tomasini have gone out too late, as is Armor Car. Martinez and Tomasini will be out. Hiroshima De Rosa currently in 7th. And it doesn't look to be improving right now. I can't find anything in the last 2 corners. A little bit of a slow exit from 14 and into 15. He's taking a slow line there, I have to admit. So I think this lap will be red. Either way, De Rosa might be safe at the end of it all. He misses out on an improvement by 7/10. Now Joseph Willows, he's gonna head across the line. Can he improve it? Can he improve his position from P9? Willows heading across the line. No, he doesn't improve. He's at risk. Mackenzie is improving. He doesn't. He loses out in the last sector. Now Franco Lopez, can he take back P1 from his teammate Armarca? Yeah, Jim Mackenzie is out indeed. Lopez goes quickest by under 2/10. Now Roland Martin is currently in 10th. Can he better his position? It looks like he just about might. Martin across the line. No, he loses time in the last sector. What about Matteo Catalan? Can he save himself? He improves, but he can't save himself. It's P15 for the Italian. George Roque up next. He does not improve. Now we're waiting for Chris Chatfield, currently in 11th place on his debut. But can he save himself and get out of Q2 safely, or will he be eliminated right here and now? Either way, he'll be very happy with this result. P11 on your debut. But let's see if he can actually make it to Q3, and he cannot. He doesn't improve. Andrea Federi in 12th place, the start of Q1. He is out of qualifying, not improving. David Kupok, he doesn't improve, but he is safely through. Laura Chung is the last one left to cross the line, and even if she doesn't improve, which she doesn't, she will be safe. And that's Q2 over. So the eliminations are in reverse order. Rosetta Martinez, Matteo Catalan, Jay Mackenzie, Bernardo Tomaselli, Andrea Federi, and Chris Chatfield. And the 10 cars we'll be seeing in the Q3 shootout are Franco Lopez, Amarca, Franco Gamba, Laura Chang, Miklos Gal, David Kupok, Hiroshima De Rosa, George Roque, Joseph Willows, and Roland Mutgen.
Yeah, it was a close goal for Willows, to be honest. I didn't expect him to be...
Yeah. Either way, all that if you make it to Q3, all that matters is where you finish in Q3, not where you finish in Q2.
Yeah.
So Willows will have plenty of chances for the last part of the session. But I need to ask you, Dennis, what are the surprises of this session? In my opinion, both Racing Points making it through just safely. It's a great surprise, but a positive one considering how much they struggle in Bahrain testing.
Yeah. Indeed. I agree with you on that point. Because Racing Point,
Yeah, a little bit agonizing for Chatfield and Federi to miss out. They both performed very well, but unfortunately for them, their session ends with Q2.
Yeah.
Well, all we've got left is the main event, the main reason we're watching qualifying, to see the top 10 of the grid, who will take pole position for the Australian Grand Prix. What's your prediction?
Very interesting, but I think it will be a pole for a Mercedes driver. I don't know which one, but I think...
Give me one.
Mercedes. I would go with Amarca, to be honest.
I will go with Franco Lopez then. Either way, both Mercedes are very fast, but don't be surprised if a Ferrari or Red Bull ends up taking pole, because they still have a decent shot.
Yeah.
Franco Gamba was quick, after all.
Very quick.
And the others can find some pace as well. So it could go to any one of the top 6, but the Mercedes are favorites.
Yeah, indeed. So quick reminder for tonight, the second of Q2 preseason testing will be on at 7 PM BST at Mugello, so don't miss this one.
Yeah, that is right. And don't forget, we got a 65% chance of rain for the third part of qualifying. And looking at the chat, it appears Chris Chatfield is happy with his P11. So it's a good showing for the
It started to rain again.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well, show us the weather graphics then, Yuri.
I can see that. Here we go.
Yep.
So now, to you guys in the stream chat, what do you think? Who will get pole position for tomorrow?
Well, in the wet, it's definitely a changing tale, but it looks like it could be intermediate conditions.
Yeah.
So if we had dries, we had full wets, now it looks like we'll get a taste of the inters. And who'll be quickest and the end of it all? It'll just remain to be seen. Here we go. 15 minutes on the clock, and the top 10 will be decided.
Oh, it's dry tires.
This is very bold.
Yeah, I think everyone.
It looks like it might not be wet enough for winters. These conditions could be atrocious after all.
Especially if you're out there on slicks.
Yeah, and it might be in driver's best interest to go out as soon as possible, as David Kupok is doing. Because the weather could get worse from here, so the sooner you set your lap, the better.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, Kupok's had a very solid qualifying session so far. He's beaten his teammate Matteo Catalan. He'll be eager to see exactly where he can qualify. On his debut, the man who's got 2 wins in GP2 will be waiting, and we'll be setting a quick lap, I believe. But how quick will it be? When can he qualify on his debut, David Kupok? Any surprise of the day, but a positive surprise.
Yeah.
I believe he is the only rookie that made it to the shootout, and this is up. And David Kupok, welcome to the big boy stable. GP2.
Yeah.
He was very good in GP2, but now he's up in the top class, and he's got to show his skills. And if the first 2 qualifying sessions are anything to go by, he showed some skills so far. Let's see what he can do in Q3.
Yeah, indeed.
Looks like it's all. I think I saw a few spots of rain, and yeah.
Sector 3 is damp. Sectors 1 and 2 are dry.
Right, you heard that from Yuri, guys, and this means Sector 3 will be critical because the less time you can lose there, the better for your lap, and the conditions might worsen after all. So those who are earlier out on track could very well yet have an advantage. Anyway, here goes David Kupok to start off his flying lap. A little bit tentative on the brakes, but very quick on exits, David Kupok there. Franco Gamba started a lap behind him, as has Roland Motion, the racing point. Braking hard into 3, clipping the apex nicely. Took a lot of curb there, Kupok on the inside. Now into 4. Avoids the exit curb, so didn't want to take any risks there. Goes very quickly into 5, and had to complete the first sector with a 27.9. That looks like a good lap, I must say. Gamba's beating his sector 1 by 700 to a second. Motion is slow time to the free who set the lap in a time in sector 1. But sector 3 will be the key. It's damp over there, so don't expect full speed into there. Keep on complete sector 2 of 50.6. Gamba is only 5 100s, half a 10 behind
Kupok
him.
was purple in Sector 2.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard from Yuri. David Kupok went purple in sector 2, which is very, very interesting. We're waiting for the other drivers to see.
Yeah.
And Rogue is quite some way down in S2. But sector 3 will be crucial. And David Kupok will round off his lap. Where can the Toro Rosso man go? Professional pole with a 124.4. Can Franco Gamba beat him? Yes, he can, but by only 6 100ths of a second. Roland Motion is up next, and I don't think he'll beat either of them. But where can the Hungarian go? Only seven tenths down. His teammate George Roque. He might be a little bit closer to the two front cars than his teammate Roland Motion, but it's time to see. Broken at Mercedes-powered Racing Point goes fourth. Motion beat him in the last sector. Franco Lopez appears to be going quickest of all through sectors 1 and 2, but has kept it together nicely in sector 3. Can he take original pole? Coming across the line, yes he can. 3/10 of a second.
Yes, he
Laura
can.
Chung is up next, and where can she place herself? Fourth fastest. Willows now goes for fastest. God goes for fastest.
Behind you. Whoa.
Hiroshima Rosa is quite the way down, and David Kupok is currently third on the grid.
What?
He might stay there, it's getting quite wet now.
Yeah. If the weather worsens, we've already got our results. De Rosa, he goes 7th fastest. Nicholas Gal is the last one left, and he goes.
Look
only
how
3
much
tenths close to wall.
Gal was at a huge disadvantage there.
Yeah, because he came out latest of all.
And it's wet now.
It's wet now, so this might be the grid after all. And an absolute shocker, because David Kupok has taken third on the grid on his debut in the Toro Rosso Honda. Unbelievable. But we'll just have to wait and see in the remaining 10 minutes if there's any change to the weather.
It is an absolute shocker of a lap for Q-Fog. Brilliant drive.
Yeah, he came incredibly close to Gamba, but this is absolutely incredible. I told you I might see some surprises today, but I didn't expect the Toro Rosso to make the top 3.
Yeah.
So even I was perfectly prepared for a surprise. Even I didn't see this coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kupok being wheeled back and can be very proud of himself for this. And he's also gotta be proud of Toro Rosso for sending him out very early and taking full advantage of the track conditions while they were still there.
Sending him out first did really help.
Yeah, quite so.
Indeed.
And if Franco Gamba went a little bit slower, he might have had Kupok on the front row.
Oh, yeah. And more shocking. But in
Yeah.
a good way.
Yeah, indeed so.
Yeah, especially
Either
before
way,
the
looks like the Franco
Franco
domination that we've had in testing will continue, with Lopez on provisional pole and Gamba second. And with the weather like it is, I don't expect anyone to be able to beat their laps. But of course, expectations can be wrong, and I certainly didn't expect Kupok to do this well, but he has done. So don't always take it at face value. Always expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
We've got George Rowe going out on full wet tires.
Yeah.
So yeah, nobody's improving. If it stays as it is, which a 99% chance will, then George Rowe will be starting 9th. Just one place behind his teammate Roland Mutian, but in front of the Red Bull of Nicholas Gal.
Yeah. It was unlucky time for Nicholas, I have to say. He was the last to be out on the track. Yeah, he wasn't lucky with the condition.
Yeah, agreed. Red
Anyway,
Bull
great to see.
did send Franco Gamba second out on track, but Nicholas Gal got the short end of the stick, was sent out last, and as a result is last out of the 10 drivers who made it to Q3.
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna have to buy some time, I guess, for the remaining 7.5 minutes until this session is over. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. I agree with you there.
Because the grid, well, we have it all set after just the first run, which was all it took.
Yeah. But it's so great to see Kupok in third, my compatriot, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely not biased.
Meanwhile, Ferrari are rounding out the third row, with Willows in front of Chunk, Willows 5th, Chunk 6th. And Barcelona testing Lord Chunk on both days. She beat her teammate Willows. I think they were both 5th and 6th on both days, but anyway, now it's the other way around, so Joseph Willows takes the first win in the Ferrari quali battle. Rock has started his lap, but you don't need to be a wizard to find out that he won't improve. You don't need a crystal ball or anything like that.
First sector is only damp, I think, but not really wet.
Yeah, he's already lost 2.5 seconds almost in sector 1 alone. Nobody's improving. So Franco Lopez, even though we're 6 minutes early, we can say he's officially on pole for 2019 GP4 Australian Grand Prix.
Like last season.
Yeah, indeed. And Franco Lopez doing good work for Mercedes there. And he might have a little bit of worries because teammate Armarca is only down in 4th place, so Mercedes are not locking out the front row, or not even having both cars in the top 3 because David Kipling managed to sneak in there.
Yeah.
Franco Gamba could have a chance to take the lead at the start. With these hard tires on display, strategy will be very, very critical. The longer you go, the better your chances. Now George Roque. The round of his lap, 6.5 seconds. Are you surprised? I'm not.
No, definitely not.
Roland Motion, can he go faster than his teammate's previous lap? No, he's lost this. He's lost a little bit less, actually. Lopez is holding up Gamba. Could this be something we see in tomorrow's race? Maybe, maybe not. Chunk, she doesn't improve. No surprise there. David Kupok, he's gone much slower than his best lap, obviously, because it's wet now.
Yeah. 7 seconds. That shows you
Yeah,
how wet it is.
Well, the grid is set. And I don't even need to ask you this time around because you know what the biggest surprise is for this session.
Yeah, definitely David Kupok.
No, I was talking about Miklos Gali, only qualified in 10th. Just kidding, David Kupok is a surprise.
Yeah. The most positive surprise.
Agreed. Miklos Gal, 4 seconds and 7/10 down. Joseph Willows, after a bad Q2, he'll be happy to be 5th in Q3. I think he would have wanted a little bit more. Either way, the Ferrari man will be feeling okay with that, I believe. Hiroshima Di Rosa, once again, not counting Kupok, he appears to be the best of the rest. And McLaren, even though they got one car knocked out in Q2, they appear to have some very solid pace, and Hiroshima Di Rosa has put it on full display today. Great qualifying from the Polish driver, and after a pretty bad 2018, which saw him closely get retained at McLaren, he's starting 2019 off on the right foot, I believe.
Yeah.
George Rowe coming in, and Racing Point man, he'll be satisfied with P9, although I bet he would have wanted to out-qualify his teammate Mochen.
Yeah, of course, George's birthday today, so yeah.
Yeah. He's moved from Haas after a brilliant season there last season, and according to him, even though he had seasons where he actually won races, 2018 was his best season. And speaking of which, happy birthday, George.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we will get yet another run. But either way, this has been an incredible session. I didn't expect that. I expected literally anything but not that. David Kupok, what a strong performance. He's taken P3 on the grid for tomorrow's Australian Grand Prix. What a shocker.
Yeah, a big shocker.
Chris said in the chat, surprised that Kupok starts P3. I think we all are surprised, to be honest with you, Chris.
Yeah. We are all happy about it.
I I don't think I can find a single person who expected this. Not a single one, but either way, this is a very good result for Cupok. And will definitely bring some spice to this race, because even though he starts third, he might drop back in the race itself. But let's see if we can get some good points on his debut. Wouldn't you say?
Yep. Yeah.
And Yeri, once Cupok goes out, can you switch over to him for a second? I want to take a screenshot and post it on my Twitter, you know. Anyway, we've got just under 2 minutes. This session is practically over anyway, but not officially, so we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Broke out on the full wets. He didn't even. No one even bothered to try the intermediates. They straight up went for the full wets. So the change in weather was extremely drastic. Right, I got the screenshot I wanted. Thanks, Yuri. And yeah, just over a minute, and everyone's out on the wet tires, and the conditions are too bad for anyone to improve. Well, let's just enjoy one last lap with George Roque in this session. So how about that? Would you like to commentate us through it, Dennis?
Sure. Let's see.
Okay, go ahead.
Start finish straight. Over the start finish line. Yeah. I'm good. Now goes to turn one. Of course, being wet, no improvement can be made. As mentioned. Yeah, it doesn't take too much curve. Which is good because the curve is slippy. Now into turn 3. Yeah. Again, not good on that, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, Rogue completes sector 1, and the conditions have gotten worse than before. He's lost almost 4 seconds in S1 alone. Yeah. As I have phone call.
Okay. Now I have to continue alone.
Professional commentary, as you can see.
Cheers. Now, see how much he's off in the second sector? Almost 7 seconds. So
Yeah. As the session is officially over, of course nobody could improve as the track got very wet.
yeah. So will we wait
No.
if everyone comes to check takes the checkered flag, or will you show the pole lap? No.
We will show the pole up after everybody crosses the line.
Okay.
And here's Rogue gets allow.
12 seconds off.
Yeah, slow. These laps are very slow.
Yeah. Blame the wet weather.
I mean, if somebody would actually improve on this weather, I think they should just get a championship trophy already.
Yeah. Indeed. And then they really had a rocket ship.
As here Chang slides around the last few corners with the wet tires. And 136.181. And low. Everybody else is pitting because there's no point in doing this.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
Next up we will do the pole up and we will shut up for that.
Yeah. I will mute myself for it.
Here's the pole up from Franco Lopez, the number 3 for Mercedes.
Yeah. Now here's the top 10 then. Franco Lopez is on pole ahead of Franco Gamba and David Kubok. Very surprising indeed. Amaka starts in 4th ahead of Joseph Willows and Laura Chang. In 7th we have Kiyoshima de Rosa ahead of Roland Motjen. And in 5th row of the grid we have George Rogan and Miklos Gal. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and don't forget at 7 p.m. BST, so in 1 minute and 1 hour and 15 minutes, like I mentioned before, we have the second day of preseason testing for GP2 at Mugello. So tune in for that.